Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, X is going here. Real quick before this video starts, there are spoilers involved, so if you don't want Falcon and the Winter Soldier spoilers, you should definitely go watch it and then come right back. And with all that being said, let's get right into this. All right, let's start off with the goods. Actually, on. So let me break this down. We're going to be breaking down the goods and the bads and what I found particularly interesting. Typically that is just a part of the goods. So let's get right into this. Starting off with the goods. The biggest thing I enjoyed about this show was by far the characters and the writing for the characters. Of course, we start off with Bucky and Sam, two people who had a mutual friend, Steve Rogers, aka the original Captain America, who is now gone. Over time their friendship has grown in a large way, and during that period of from the start of the show to the finish, they seem very different with each other in like a good way, where at the start they like basically hated each other, not hated, but disliked, didn't really want to work with the other. They were basically mild acquaintances. Now, by the end of it, Bucky is literally working with Sam to repair his boat or whatever, which is very cool. Throughout this time, we are introduced to three characters that I want to talk about in particular. The Flag Smasher leader, Carly Morgenthau, the new Cap, now turned into U.S. Agent. Yes, that is the actual character name. His name is John Walker. And lastly, the return of Sharon Carter, who is actually the alluded big bad for Bucky and Sam, aka Falcon, as the power broker. Let's start off with Carly here. So in my opinion, Carly bounces off, like, perfectly off of Sam. They have very similar ideas. However, the way that Carly goes about it is a way that Sam is not able to follow. Basically, Carly and Sam have the same concept where, yeah, these people were displaced from the snap and all that. And while they were gone, like, you know, this is all happened. They don't have this, they don't have that. And she wants to basically unite the world as one. And, like, you know, give everyone what I believe is equality or whatever. And, like, everyone to be united and everything under one flag. So, Sam kind of agrees with that. He agrees with, like, you know, everyone who was snapped away getting back what they had. And like, going back to their previous lives, in a way. However, the way she goes about it is very violent. And not, like, and that is just a path that Sam cannot follow. And honestly, that, like, creates a very good clash of ideologies, because at the same time they have very similar ideas, but very different ways of going about it. Which is very cool, and it pushes Sam away until, a spoiler, she dies at the end of the series when he carries her down, and honestly, like, an angelic way because of his wings. He carries her down, and it seems symbolic of a way, in a way. John Walker now. Let's go to him. John Walker is first introduced as a man who was, like, basically thrusted into the spotlight with his friend Lamar. Into the spotlight of being Captain America. Not just being, like, you know, some decorated war hero. No. He is Captain America for being a good warrior, for being a good soldier. Not given super soldier serum, not given any of that. He's just thrown in with his partner, let me look at my notes, Lamar. They seem unprepared, but also, like, ready for the challenge. But in my opinion, John and Lamar have a little bit of an ego. I think that you have to have one, as if you're in that role in reality. And basically, we get to see their friendship. We hear them talk a lot. And one of the things that made this character feel whole is when Lamar had died, he had gone, in a way, berserk on the guys who killed Lamar. He killed technically an innocent man, but he was a part of the group and was there when Lamar was killed. And so he killed him, just fucking bashed his head in with his shield. And yeah, he talks to Lamar's parents, explains it all, and they're like, I'm just glad that they paid for what they did to our boy, basically, along those lines. And yeah, that showed like him being more of a real character, like someone that the audience I think can relate to in that way. Or I think if we were to like lose someone who is essentially a brother to us because they knew each other for a very long time, I want to say since like for a very long time, I feel like that would cause the same, like elicit the same reaction in reality to us as it did him in the character, which is very good. Also subtle movements, such as like, you know, him doing this when he's stressed, like, you know, just like he has a headache and he's just trying to rub it away. Basically, he does that a lot, especially later on, and I think like those subtle things do like add up towards the end, and that is a very good thing in my opinion. Let's keep on moving. Next, we have Sharon Carter, who, to be honest, felt kind of forced in. Like, she didn't need to be there, but like she works well with the characters as they know who she is, and like, you know, it works with her, supposedly. And she helps them out, but seeing later on by the end of episode 6, aka the last episode, she was likely just using them, which I think is very unique, especially since, like, you know, the Carter family was very nice to like Captain America, aka Steve Rogers, like the original Cap. Peggy Carter actually dated Cap, so like the concept of a Carter going against one is very interesting. Like going up against the Captain America probably in the future. Very interesting, and that's pretty much all I have to say for her. Finally, we reach a character that I really did want to talk about, which was Zemo. He's absolutely perfect in this show. He is a damn near flawless character. I was very happy when I saw him in the trailers, and I gotta say, he does not disappoint in any way. He's still the little trickster, little deceiver. He still is that. But he also like knows now when to work with the heroes and when to go against them. Mainly, I think he worked with them because the Wakandans will have gone him sooner. Oh yeah, the Wakandans make very tiny appearances, like the soldiers of Wakanda make very tiny appearances here. Not too many to where it's like, oh, you know, why are they popping up so commonly? No, they're there when they need to be, and then they're gone when they don't need to be. They don't overstay their welcome or anything. They are there for what I think is the right amount of time. Where this is like Falcon and Winter Soldier's show. Give them majority of the time, and that's what they've done. Only in 2 episodes, I believe, or 3 maybe, the Wakandan soldiers appear, and they are used very, very well at those times. Another decent thing, but isn't like absolutely amazing, but isn't bad, is like the CGI and VFX, which at times looks like a high budget like movie effect, which is what we expect from Marvel at this point, to be honest. And then sometimes it also seems just like a little lower of a budget film, like not low budget, but like, you know, medium budget. Sometimes it gets to that point, but it's never like bad. It's never rough to look at. Just sometimes it's like, you know, you can tell where they prioritize the VFX budget, instead of it just all looking like very top notch. One of the final things I wanted to discuss was like the choreography for the fights. I feel like that is very underappreciated. But let me tell you, it's pretty fucking good. Episode 5 specifically, the starting of it, Sam and Bucky go up against John Walker, and the choreography for that fight is absolutely insane, and it's just so good. Just, oh my god. So basically, like, Falcon uses his powers. It's Captain America, aka why can't I think all of a sudden? I'm tired. It's like 3:15. John Walker. He uses shield. Like the way they use all their tools and all that. Obviously, it's not like a real. A lot of it's CG, but like the actual hand-to-hand combat also is very good. And last but not least, finally on the good side, I have the actors and like the way they portrayed their characters. I've already gone over this to some extent, but I wanted to point out two specific characters. Aaron Kellyman as Carly Morgenthau, and Wyatt Russell as Captain America. They both fucking crushed their roles. For their first ever appearances in the MCU, they dominated here. Let me move my document over here so I can just look at you guys. I thought that like the way that Kellyman had played her character made her character very believable. She gave her character reasonable motivations, and like the way that she pulled them off, like voice wise, and all that, like acting. The way she executed those lines was pulled off very well. I do think some lines were like not corny, but were just like, oh, this is just a thing that I'm going to throw in there as like as a script writer, and I think that she pulled even those lines off very well. And she had a perfect blend of like emotion and like passionate speeches and all that to like the cause and all that. The way that she like put her character was perfect in my opinion. Well, not perfect, but very, very, very close. I think that she had portrayed this a lot better than pretty much any actress could have, and yeah. And next we have Wyatt Russell, obviously. He played his character, in my opinion, to absolute perfection. He hit every beat and reflected what his character was feeling and what his character was doing at that moment. Whether it was, like, let's just say, the emotion behind the voice, where he is, like, angered, annoyed, tired, or if he is just subtle movements, like I said, like with the head rub, like, oh, I'm tired, I'm stressed, I'm annoyed, all that. He makes that character so much more fleshed out with those minor things that it is much more believable, in my opinion. And now let's go to the bads. With that, admittedly, I am a sucker for all things Marvel, so when I say like a Marvel show or film has few faults, take that with a grain of salt. But I watched this show with my family who doesn't watch Marvel really, and they had a blast watching it, but that doesn't mean it was perfect. So let's break down some of the things I thought were poorly done. I really felt they could have fleshed out the Flag Smashers, aka what Carly Morgenthau was in control of, more, especially during the first two episodes. Until like episode 3, we hardly understood their motivations, and as far as the audience can tell, through the first two episodes, they're just like your standard villains. Oh, I'm going to blow up this building. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Oh, look at me. I'm doing this for one reason. My name is literally the Flag Smashers. I almost said something else. That could have been bad. The Flag Smashers. But then the characters get more fleshed out, and it just gets better and better over time. So, like I said, just slow start for that group, but it gets a lot better. And another thing I personally believe they could have done better, but I don't know if they could have, was actually Sharon Carter's intro to the series. We never really saw too much out of her outside of this show, so it honestly felt kind of forced. Like, it doesn't seem like Falcon had that good of a relationship with Sharon. But in this, they seem pretty good friends. Or, like, at least very solid acquaintances. And to some extent, I'm okay with that. But at other times, it still annoys me that they just it just felt kind of forced. I don't know how really to explain it. But I honestly didn't have many major complaints. There's definitely some stuff that is bad here. And I can't list them all, mainly because I have shit memory. But yeah. So, with all that being stated, we're going to the final rating right now. So, after I considered all these things and even more, aka other bad things, I am going to give my final score. My final score for Falcon and the Winter Soldier is around 85%. Could be a little bit lower. Could be, I think that's the highest I'm willing to go. Maybe 90. But I don't even think 90. But yeah, 85%. It seems about where I would say it is. Very good. The characters are amazing. The actors worked, did their roles perfectly. As well as the writing. The writing was great as well. So, yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, like always, smash the like button and consider subscribing for more content like this. We'll be reviewing the Mortal Kombat movie, not today, but probably tomorrow. Either tomorrow or Sunday, the video will be out. Well, that's actually tomorrow, so yeah, whatever. Sunday, we'll have the video out for it. And yeah, hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you guys do, like always, smash the like button and subscribing for more content. Hit the notification bell so you're notified of when I upload, and go follow me on my Twitch. Links are in bio because I've been streaming on there a lot more. Also, go follow me on my Instagram so you can keep up to date with everything that I'm doing. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out, everybody. Bye.